members of Temple Solel represent a thriving Jewish community of families, young and old, married and single. But the thing that's missing, unmarried young adults between 18 to 30 in the congregation, are few and far between.
Other than the high holidays, I don't really go to Temple as much as I did when I was growing up.
But for Jacob, going to Temple less doesn't make him less Jewish. He still practices his traditions and acknowledges his ancestry, both playing a role in shaping his Jewish identity. But he sees room for more involvement in the future.
When I'm older and I have a family, I want my kids to have bar and bat mitzvahs, and I do want to go to Temple because, I grew up with that. So that's something that I want my kids to share.
According to a recent Pew study, 68% of Jewish millennials identify themselves as Jews of religion, while 32% describe themselves as having no religion, yet identify as Jewish based on culture or ethnicity. As you can see by this graphic, that number identifying with the cultural side has grown over the generations, especially since the Holocaust.
The markers of Jewish identity that may have been more firmly rooted in the Holocaust or more firmly rooted in the emerging state of Israel are changing.
This change of identifying based on culture and not religious practice itself is something that's shifting, and something Rabbi Linder of Temple Solel says his community is addressing daily. The challenge lies in making Judaism relevant to today's millennials.
I think we can be much more creative in how we do that, understanding that there probably needs to be more that happens outside the walls of a synagogue than inside the walls of a synagogue.
And creating those opportunities outside the synagogue is what Erin Searle of Young Jewish Phoenix dedicates her time to.
We engage young adults and really get their feedback on what kind of programs they want to see. That's why we have a board of young people who work with me to make those programs happen.
In addition to engagement, Rabbi Linder says Jewish leaders should see this as an opportunity to encourage young adults to connect with their faith at an earlier stage in life.
I think an important reminder for us to look at those that feel, for whatever reason, either detached from Judaism or feeling like they need to wait for a certain point in their life to be a part of the Jewish community, to think about how we can reach out to those young people.
Those young people like Jacob who continue to grapple with the idea of wanting to practice, but just practicing the religion in a different way than his parents or grandparents did.
Growing up, I definitely practiced the religion a lot more than I do now. And I feel like that's because of the way my parents brought me up. My mom was really into it, and we had Shabbat dinner every Friday night. And now, I do Shabbat dinners here at Hillel.
In Paradise Valley, Dominique Johnson, Cronkite News.